location and where you're watching us from. My name still remain your sister Lady B. If today is your first time of coming across our YouTube channel, you're welcome to this amazing family. And for you that has been supporting this amazing family, I really appreciate. Thank you very much. Ah, Today, without wasting much of your time, I would like us to dive into what we have today. Yes, today I would like us to talk about how to build your child's confidence. This is really very, very important. I know it has been like a kind of worry to so many parents, to mothers, to fathers, as in their child's confidence. Some of the children they normally don't have confidence, especially the teenagers. They sometimes they lose like it looks like as if that they lose focus. So and I have tried to do a lot of research. I discovered that is because their confidence was not really worked on when they were little. So when they were a child, their parents did not do much on that to help them build their confidence. So that's the essence of this video this time. Please make sure you watch this video to the end. Don't just click it and then you leave it and go. It is very important. Believe me, it's going to help your child. Now, like I said, how to build their child's confidence. Every child need a support. Every child needs their parents' support, both morally, both mentally, both financially. They need your support as their parents. It's like in African community, especially where I came from, many parents that are working class people, they normally live the life of their children in the hand of like their relatives or their house help or their nannies that they have employed that they are paying for to take care of these children. I am not saying it's wrong, but please, there is something I want you to understand, that you that is the mother, you that is the father, is the person that is going to build up your child's confidence. There is no other person that will do this work better than you do. So no matter how busy you are, no matter how workaholic you are, please create time for your child. Create time for your child. Parenting is a dedicated work. Parenting is not something you just wake up one day and say you want to be a parent. Mm-mm. It's not something you wake up one day and say I want to be a mother or I want to. It's something that should be deliberate. Parenting should be deliberate. And if you are not ready for this work, for some of you that have not been there, please don't go and bring a child and mess the child's destiny up. Your child needs your moral support. That child needs your attention. Like there's a video I made some time ago that I was talking about parenting and social media. That is very unfortunate that so many parents would like to take some kind of job because they believe, especially mothers, that they have children. And like I say, that it baffles me that when you have taken up some hours because of or the sake of these children, and when you come back home, you don't invest the time that you have really said, I want to have time with my children. It really pains me, to be honest with you. So, like I said, how to build your child's confidence. This child is looking up to you for you to help him stand. This child is looking up to you for you to help her stand, because you are the first person that he or she met as soon as he came to the world. Apart from the doctors and the nurses that were there, you we are the first person that this child set his or her eyes on, especially mothers. Because in Africa, when a woman is going to the labor room to go and deliver, the men are not allowed. Maybe now they are trying to a kind of relearn what they have learned before. If it's in the Western world, a man, you have to be there to come and cut the umbilical cord and all the rest of them, so that you can understand the process of giving birth and you appreciate your wife more. But in Africa, it's not like that. So you, the mother, I am talking to you. It's you that I am talking to. I am not saying that the father should not be involved in parenting. No, but you, the mother, you are the first person that this child have contact with, and you are the same person that he or she is still having contact with. The child is closer to you than the father. This child needs your support. The child is looking up to you to help him or her to build up his confidence. There are things that this child needs from you. This child needs love. This child needs care. This child needs your attention. This child needs a praise from you. This child doesn't need you to condemn him or her. What do I mean by love? The first place this child should hear about love is from the family. The first place your child should hear about love should be from the family. It's not supposed to be from an outsider. It's not supposed to be from a relative or wherever that you have employed in the house. It has to start from you. Yeah, you are the first person that will tap the child and say, I love you. This word goes a long way to help this child to come back home. Family is the first agent of socialization. It's not the society. It's not the church. It's not the peer group. Neither is it the school. The family is the first place that this child needs to do what? Learn how to socialize. Learn the ethics. Learn cultures. Learn manners. It's from the home. If you did not do your work as a mother or as a father, believe me, society will not do much for you. The church will not do much for you. Neither will the school do much for you. Because I have also seen that most people also put their confidence in the school. Most of us normally pay a huge amount of money to send our children to a special school. It is very fantastic. It's very amazing. It's very nice. But let me shock you. They are not the one that will build the confidence of your child. They are not the one that will let your child stand. The only person that can do the work is you. That money you are paying is not going to help your child. The first language the child should hear from you as their parent is, I love you. So that when the child hears this love from outside, the child will not be carried away. The child will not be like, wow, is this kind of word existing? The child should not be receiving a hate word from you as his or her parents. It's not allowed. If this child, the only word that this child gains from you as his or her mother is a hate word, is a discouraging word, honestly, you have already killed the morale of that child. You have already started to destroy the destiny of that child without you knowing. I have heard some mothers or some parents saying, when they say all these negative words to their children, and when you are trying to call their attention, they will tell you, no, total relationship. I totally disagree with you. I disagree with you. That one negative word you are telling or speaking to the life of that child can destroy his or her entire life. But you might not really know. That one negative word can make that child to begin to feel inferior. You might not know. And when the child is growing, you're wondering, what's happening to my child? What's happening? I've done this. I put him or her in a special school. I pay this kind of money. I pay this. I pay the lesson teacher. Without you knowing that you have used a negative mouth, you have used a negative words to destroy the destiny and the esteem of this child. You are not giving the child the low esteem. The only language that is permitted from your mouth as the mother or as the father is, I love you. Those just like ich liebe dich. I love you, my Schatz. I love you, my son. I love you, my daughter, no matter what that situation may be. Let this word be the word that the child will hear. That even when you are disciplining the child, that even when you are correcting the child will now understand that my mother doesn't hurt me. My father doesn't hurt me, but it's just because of love. But if the child is not used to the word of love, anytime you try to discipline the child, what comes into the child's mind is, my parents hate me. Yeah, it's their way, they hate me. They love my sibling more than me. They love outsiders more than me. Because they are not used to this love ways. Out of anger, when you are angry or maybe you are having issue with people or your husband, you now begin to transfer the aggression to the children. It's not supposed to be like that. Their language should be, I love you. That should be the code language of every family. Once they finish dressing for school in the morning, I know that we Africans, we are not as in used to pecking and all the rest of them. You can just tap the child at the back. Oh, I love you, my child. I love you, my daughter. I love you. Go well. I love you. I trust you. I love you. That's it. This thing enough builds their confidence, honestly. Sometimes when my voice comes around me, once I just tell them, oh, I love you, you will see that facial expression. You will see that joy in their face. You will see there's a kind of strength that comes in them. Even you as an adult, when someone tells you I love you, how do you feel? Don't you feel good? Don't you feel nice that someone is praising you? Oh, I never knew that this person loved me. Oh, I never knew my partner. Oh, you want your partner to be telling you I love you, you like it, right? But you don't want to speak it to your children. Or you're waiting for their peer group to come and tell them I love you. That is why it looks as if that as from childhood, most of them used to be a victim of all this rape and molestation and all the rest of them. The molestation comes from this angle because they're not used to this love language from home. So when they hear someone telling them outside, is this kind of thing existing? Okay, this uncle says that he loves me. So he cares for me. My parents doesn't care. But when they are used to this language, when someone is bringing it to them, it's no longer new. They are used to it. And they will now realize that this love language doesn't go with a negative action. If you build or train your children with this love language, when they hear it from outside, they will be relaxed and find out that whenever I hear this word, it doesn't come with what? A negative reaction. There is nothing that is attached to this love language. It's a normal language I hear from my parents. And so that when the person that is coming to them to come and molest them by using the love language, say, but the love my parents used to tell me is not this kind of love. That love language builds them up to help them to grow up to as a better adult and to understand that there is something that we call agape love. That is not the infatuation love that they see outside. It's not that the infatuation love that they see from their opposite sex or even same sex. It's not an infatuation. That is a real love that comes from a parent, and that is how a love should be, and not the opposite of it. But this is what we parents have failed to understand. If you have not been practicing this, if you have not been telling it to your children, please make it a habit. Yes, let it be a family anthem. Make it a family anthem. Before you leave the house, tell the children, take care, I love you guys. Once my children finish dressing for school, I see them off at the door. I will tell them, I love you guys. Be careful. I believe that that thing builds their confidence. They will have 100% trust in you. And there is nothing that will happen outside that they will not tell you. But when you did not build up this relationship, when you did not start early to build their confidence with this, that the only place that you have your security is in the family. So any wave that comes from outside, they will be a victim. So one of the steps that you have to start practicing, if you have not been doing it, is please start the language of love. Let it begin from you as their mother. Let it begin from you as their father, especially the girls. They want to hear it from their fathers. They want to hear it from their father. Oh, my daddy said he loves me. And when you are telling them, please let them understand the meaning of this love. That is agape love. That is a normal love that is supposed to exist between a daughter and a father relationship, and not the other side of it. Build your daughter's confidence by speaking the language of love. Don't say they are too small. And if you did not teach them when they are small, if they grow up, it's going to be a problem. I know that most of us, we did not receive this. And I will not blame my parents because nobody taught them. That is, as in, it's what they grew up with. It's what culture has taught them. But now, you and me, we are exposed. We have read a lot of books. We have done a lot of research. So why can't you start today to make it right with your own generation? Why do you want to still use the old method of what? Training them. Especially we Africans. We believe in shouting. We believe, no, and what is special about that love? If you do it now, she will start misbehaving. No, she will not. Rather, it will draw her closer to the family. He will not. It will draw him closer to the family. To be honest with you, I have tried it and it's working. Whenever anybody says any this kind of thing in the school, and once they come back, they'll tell you, oh, mommy, do you know that this person said this thing to this girl? I will not explain to them. Because it's like a norm in the family, so they are used to it. Some people might be saying, even if I did not say it, but I take care of them, I buy things for them, I do this. It's not what they are. It's not what I am talking about. They want to hear it from you. Because even those people that are going to buy things from them outside, they are not only going to buy things, but they are going to also say it in words. Put it in action, put it in words. Honestly. Start it and you are going to see the kind of impact. You will see the kind of joy that will radiate in the face of these children, that they are receiving a kind of recommendation from their parents. That being said, another one is motivation. If you really want to build your child's confidence, you have to what? Motivate them. You have to find a way to appreciate them whenever they have done something that is very right. It's not only discipline and shouting and all the rest of them. I know that our children doesn't, it's very funny. Like in the children that I normally teach in the church, one day they were asking me, why is it that African mothers or African parents, we like shouting? I was just laughing. And I told them, I said, do you know why we shout? Because you people don't hear. And I believe, like I said, is because we did not build them up with love. So when you are disciplining them, they are not seeing from the other angle that it's not love, it's hatred, or you are maltreating them. The white people, they start from, even when the child is still in their womb, they will touch their stomach, they will say, oh baby, I love you. Oh my baby, I love you. Me and you, did we do it? We didn't. So the child is not used to the language. So whenever you tell a child something, was like, are you talking to me? They will be reluctant. But if you have built this kind of relationship with your child, There's once you talk to a child, even if he or she is not going to move at that point, but there is a reaction that he or she will show you that it's not a kind of disrespect. So because we did not build them in love, when we talk to them also, they are not going to show us that love by obeying us immediately. Until when you now shout at the top of your voice, you will now see them standing reluctantly. They are giving us what we gave them. They are giving us what we sowed in their life. We did not sow love. Love is not when you are providing for them. Love is not when you are buying clothes or shoes or their phone or big phone for them or gifts and all the rest of them or doing a big party for them. That is not what they call love. It's this verbal expression I am talking about. That is what the verbal expression, the verbal appreciation. So whenever they do anything for you, please appreciate them, motivate them. Tell them you have done wonderfully. You have done so well. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Who doesn't like praise? Don't you like when people praise you? If you don't, me, I do. When people praise you, how do you feel? How do you react? They are human beings. It's not because they are children that they cannot express themselves to a certain stage. It's not as if they cannot, but they don't know what they will say now, and you begin to shout at them or discipline them. They too deserve that love. They need that motivation. Like I said, we parents, we normally take it for granted that they are our children. So since they are still under our roofs, they have to obey whatever instruction will pass. Yes, they will. But you have your role to play. You have a part to play. Let's assume that this phone is here and you are looking for this phone. You want somebody to help you. You call your child. Please help me pick my phone. Once that child brings that phone, please appreciate that child. Tell the child, oh, thank you so much for standing from where you are sitting to go and get that thing for me. Don't take it for granted. They said it's your child and that is what he or she is supposed to do. Mm-mm. If you really want to build your child's confidence, motivate your child by praising your child. Whenever they do well, try to have a reward. If you send them an error and you discover that the error is being completed and done, appreciate them. Tell them, oh, I love what you did today. Thank you so much. There's something that happened on Saturday. I was not around. So the children, their dad promised to take them out for a Christmas shopping. So their father said what the children did really surprising. That immediately they knows the things that their father love. And because they have a particular something that they want to buy, so that the man will not go there and say, no, this one is too expensive or whatever. He said these children clean the whole of the things they messed up in the parlor and everywhere. And when he came out, he was like, but I'm not around now. Who did all these things? They were not telling him that we are the one that did it. He said he was like, so you people can do this kind of thing. When I came back, it was the first thing that they reported. Oh, mommy, see what we did. We arranged our books. We did this one. Honestly, I told them, I said, thank you so much. I did not take it for granted. And honestly, when they went out, they really got what they wanted. Because their father was impressed. They really got what they wanted. That means they knows the way to get you and they're expecting you to do something concerning that. Had it been that after all these things that they did, that at the end of the day, they were not well appreciated, do you think that next time they will do it? They will not. They will not. They will say the other day, we did some works in the house, or we clean up our mess or whatever. Nobody appreciated us. They won't have the mind to do more. You have to motivate them. No matter how little, you have to get a little gift for them. It matters a lot. It makes them happy. especially when it comes to their academic works. If they come back and you discover that they did well, please try to get something, as in to reward their effort. It helps them to work harder. It helps them to put more effort. Don't take it for granted and said, no, it's what they're supposed to do. Don't they know that they're supposed to study hard? They knows, but there is a kind of strength, inner strength you give them when you appreciate them in this angle. Or whenever you give them assignments in their school or wherever, whatever they have done, you said, okay, for this, like I normally set goals for my children, I will tell them, they have been shouting for this, they want this. I said, do you know what? They said no. I said, don't worry, we have to wait for school results. If I see your test that you perform very well, you know me, whatever you want, I will do it for you. Believe me, these children, they really put more effort. The last time he came back home, he said, Mommy, I did very well. I said, Mommy, see what I did. I just had I have only little failures. I said, yes, I will do it. And as I promised, I will do that. They need motivation. They need something that will a kind of bring up their confidence. They need motivation. Or even when they have not really done well in their career, they comes back with a kind of result that you are not expecting. I know as a mother, I know how you feel. Me too, I used to feel that way. But because already I have this kind of mentality now, I will not show it off. The last time too, the first one came back with a kind of, it's not like 50% after the test or 40%. So when he came back, I was like trying to tell him, no, this thing you did, he was the kind of reaction or recommendation that he got from the teacher. He said, no, my teacher said it's not bad. It's not bad for somebody to have some failures, or it's not bad for somebody to fail some things. I said, I'm not saying it's bad. But what I am saying is you need to improve yourself. I am not saying that even me as your mother, I don't make mistake or I have not failed exam before. No. But I want you to learn from your mistake. As in, don't come and sleep over there or relax and say, no, okay, now this place is okay. It's not what I am saying. You have at this point, you have a lot of work to now do. You tell the child, no, this score is not okay, but I think you can do better. I believe you can improve. I believe you can do more. And if you trust me, if you do better, I'm going to do this for you. Believe me, you will see that child in his next performance, what the child will bring back home. So don't wait, as in, don't react in a negative way or show your facial expression that you are not pleased with whatever he comes back home. You have to calm down, work on your emotions first. Work on your emotions. Because if you react in that manner, direct, or if you give it direct to them, they will shrink back. And within them, their emotions will be affected. They will not be scared. They will not have that inner strength again to study. They will not have that inner strength again to move ahead. Because even if the teacher tells them that you don't have anything in your brain, even if the teacher tells them you are not doing well, even if the teacher says negative things to them, it's left for you as the parents to correct it. It's left for you as their mother to correct it. You have to motivate the child. You have to talk to the child. I said, I know you can do better than this. You can do better. Forget about what the teacher has said. Forget about it. I am your mother. Believe me, you can do better in the next session. And not just only saying it. As you are saying it, you also you have to work on the child. You have to help the child to stand back again. I know the next question you might ask me, what if I don't have the capacity to help my child? you have to look around and look for people to pay that will help you to build up your child in that area. But as for the verbal motivation, it has to come from you. The energy has to come from you, because even if you're paying someone to help you to do the work and you are not motivating the child, you are not speaking positive things to the child will not also learn. It's not a matter of reaching the child for extramural classes or whatever. It's a matter of you talking to the child. It's a matter of you rebuilding his confidence, his capacity, bringing out the best in the child. That is one of the ways you can build your child's confidence. And the child will not say, okay, even if every other person thinks that I don't have anything upstairs, my mother so much believe in me, my dad so much believe in me. Tell them the stories, tell them the things you have passed through in life, tell them how you overcame your own, tell them where you are coming from, tell them where you are now. The stories will help the children to keep on pushing. But when you don't have interaction with them at home, your own interaction with them is to go and buy a big phone for them, and then you will be on the social media. I'm not saying you should not be there. Like I have said it in the previous video, I normally come live when I have settled them, when I have taken them to bed, when I have done everything I'm supposed to do. Then I can come here and sit down and talk. They can't be here and I will be talking, because I know that the way I am relating with them, they must have something to tell me at a point in time. I can't be here. They will distract me. I won't sign a half an hour from work, or 4 hours or 6 hours, and then I'll come here and come and sit down and be talking on social media for 5 hours or for 3 hours. Or you go and buy a big phone for them and give them to keep them busy. No. If actually you want to keep them busy on phone, there are some educational apps that is there that you can do. Also, in case you don't have the capacity to build your children, or maybe where you are living, you don't have access for this concerning lesson teachers, there are some educational apps you can engage them with. Let me see whether I have it in this phone. Oh, 1 minute. Let me show you guys. You can download this app in your phone, in their phone, or wherever you have in the house. Because sometimes you might also come back from work and you discover that you are really exhausted, you cannot do much with their work. So you can also ask them to go to the app and learn. You see this app, it's in English, and I think it's in different languages too. So it depends on where you live. When you download it, you can change it to the language you are using over there. You see these two apps. They are educational apps. You see these two apps. The educational apps. This one is, let me bring it closer. Oh, it's not showing. It's not showing. You see this one? This one is in Dutch is Schlaukoff. That is smart brain. Here. Smart brain. They have it for all classes. They have for kindergarten. So you see it. If you open it, you can download it in your phone. I don't know why this thing is not showing. Oh, yeah. So when you open it like this. So in Dutch is Schlaukoff. Then in English is smart brain. You download it. So if you need it, you can drop a comment there. I will send the link to you. You download it. And then another one there too is this one, Anton. Yeah. They have worked on it today before they went to bed. especially now that we are in Christmas season. So they kept some advent calendar there for them. So any day they learn, they have one game to play with. You see, I don't know when this thing. 1 minute, please. So you see it, the Anton. See the Anton, you download it. So once you download it, I don't know. No, Anton. Anton app. So you download it for your child. It's an educational app. So you download it, either this one, they have also educational game inside the app. As you are learning and you are getting it right, they will be storing it for you. So when you finish learning, you can also use it to play some game inside the app. And the other one I showed you is called Smart Brain. So if you need it, you write me, I will send you the link. You download it, it's free. So instead of leaving them, after talking to them, why I showed you this app, I brought it up is because I know some people will be saying, maybe I don't have the capacity to teach my children, I'm not a teacher, or I did not, as in further, or so many other reasons you might be giving. So these apps are here to help you when it comes to that area. Instead of you leaving them alone, so these are the ways you can motivate them. You download these apps and they download the apps in their phone or whatever you are using in the house, and you tell them, once you finish learning with this app, you can now watch your game like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Honestly, whenever my children, they love working with it, and it's helping them. So the whole subjects are there, the maths, if also the language you're using in your place, English, Dutch, science, they are there. And the way they did it, because they are going to ask you where you live, the name of the school and everything. So the scheme of work of the school is already in the app. That is one good thing about the app. The scheme of work is already in the app. So if you have children that are still at the age of from 5, right? Yeah, kindergarten, from 4 to secondary school level is here. It's inside the app. So that one being said, I have settled that one. When it comes to you giving excuse, I said, I'm not a teacher, I didn't further, I didn't do this, I cannot help my child where you are. The app is here now to help you. So the only thing you have to do now as their guide or as their mother is to monitor what they are doing, because sometimes you will come back home, you discover that you are tired. So what I will do once it gets to that stage, I will just lie down in the parlor there with them. I will open the app, I will lie down, then they will be doing it. I will be monitoring what they are doing. So if there's any difficulty they're encountering, they will still come back to me and I will tell them what to do. Even the app to have solution. If you're doing it and you're finding it difficult, you will see where they put solution. So they will also solve the problem for you. So I have talked about the love language. I have talked about motivation. Then the next thing that this child wants from you in order to stand when he or she goes outside is to have this confidence that I am secured in the hands of my parents. I am secured in the hands of my parents. There are so many children that are scared when their parents are around, especially it's might be the father or the mother is like this. Sometimes it might be from the father side or the mother side. That when the child comes back home, in your absence, they are happy. But whenever you are around, everybody in the house is being moody or being silent or being quiet. Because sometimes they want to express themselves and you'll be shouting, you people are making noise. I just came back and want to rest. That is not how to address it. I'm not saying you should not talk to your children. Please don't get me wrong. But there's how you will present it that these children will see it that I am safe in the hands of my parents. that I am not safe in the hand of a stranger. Why I'm saying this is like, especially where we find ourselves. If it's in Africa, you're on your own. However you like, you treat your child, but it's not good. But here, they they have a kind of monitoring system that is disturbing. They really want to know what you are doing at home with the child. They really want to know how you react to the child. I know that sometimes you will come back from work with a kind of um, being tired or some kind of negativity, and when you come back home, it looks as if you are trying to pour your anger or whatever on everybody at home. But you have to manage yourself, because the way you react, these children might not really, they might not really understand, because you are not having an interaction with them, or you're not communicating with them. And sometimes, because they are little, even when you communicate, they will not understand. But the only language they understand is your facial expression, your attitude, your actions, you are shouting and everything. So when they go out there, they will be discussing with other children how you react. Some of them will be telling their children, my mother doesn't love me. My mother doesn't like me. My father always shouts at me. And you know where we are? These are the things they want to hear from these children, that we are not taking good care of them. You will not see the teacher trying to pick more interest on what the child is saying. Really? Ah, come and tell me. They will not start doing your work for you. And once they start doing this your work for you, they will not begin to win the heart of your child. They will not begin to win the mind of your child, because you fail to do your work as a mother. You fail to do your work as a father. So on that side, and now, oh, yeah, really? Come and tell me. Yeah, daddy used to shout at you. Oh, daddy used to smack you. Daddy used to say this to you. And you know an innocent child. It's not as if the child is doing that thing to report you. The child is trying to pour out his or her own mind, because he or she is looking for security. The child believes, I'm not safe in the hands of my parents. Okay, my teacher understands me. Whenever I comes to school, she normally looks at my face, or he normally looks at my face and say, I hope all is well. I hope, where we find ourselves. The first thing they like prognosis, they say, I hope Alice is good. Alice is good by Oish. And as an innocent child, the child will say no. They will not say, really? What, come and tell me what happened. What happened? My mama did this. My mama did. They will not start begin to interrogate the child. You see how you have pushed their child outside, because you refuse to do your work. The teacher is not doing your work. And now the child feels more secure in the hands of the teacher. And now we begin to carry some things that are supposed to be private in the house to outside. And because you did not communicate to the child that these are the things that are supposed to be in the house, you did not do your work. Will you blame the teacher? Will you blame the child? Will you blame the government or the socials if they come to intervene and said you are maltreating your child? Will you? You will not. You have to blame yourself. So for you to build your child's confidence, please have a mutual communication with your child. That even when they try to force words out of their mouth, the child understand that no, this is not love. No, this is a stranger. My mom loves me. I cannot say this kind of things. I cannot expose my family. No. Even if when they try to force words out of the mouth of the child to find out whether you're mature, the child will also say no. Yeah, the highest thing that can be saying, oh, maybe you are forcing the child to say no, and maybe you are putting fear in the child. But you know already you have built the confidence of your child from home. Yeah. Let your child understand that he or she is secure in the hands of their parents. That I am more safe in the hands of my parents than the hands of a stranger. That I am more loved in the hands of my parents than the hands of my teacher. I am more cherished in the hands of my parents than the hands of a stranger. Yes. Build that cordial relationship today. correct them in love. Even the Bible said that you don't need to spare the rod, because if you spare it, you are going to spoil the child. And the rod does not mean you must carry cane or you must carry whatever rope. No. The rod that the Bible is talking about, the rod of correction, your words, sit them down, analyze some things to them, talk to them, they will understand. But if you don't create the atmosphere early, they will not hear you. Honestly, if you don't start when they are a child, when puberty sets in, you know that that is a moment of crisis. It's a stage of crisis. They will not listen to you, and that is when you will start running up and down, calling for help, telling people, my child doesn't hear me, oh, my child doesn't do this. You did not start it early, madam. Okay, you did not start it early. So how do you want the child to come and sit down and discuss with you at this stage now? It has to start from infant. Let the child believe in you. Let the child be safe in you, that when the child sees a stranger, he will run away from a stranger. No, my parents are the best. No, my mom is the best. No, my dad is the best. Can your child boldly stand outside and say, my mom is the best? Can they say it? Without telling other children how bad you are. Even when you shout or correct them, please, when you calm down, call them back. Tell them you didn't mean it that way. I know we are not brought up in that way. We were brought up in the other way around. But please, let's not use our old method and bring it to this generation. If not, you're going to lose them, especially those in the Western world. So many people are losing their children in the hands of the government because of this negligence. At home, you lose your child also because of negligence. You were running after money. The next thing you will tell me that you want to go and meet up to come and pay up bills. What if you meet up and then at the end of the day, you come back home and lose your children? Who is going to enjoy those money? All those stress you had now, who is going to enjoy them? What will be your gain? What will be your benefit? For you to build your child's confidence, you have to what? Start teaching your child the language of love. You have to talk about motivation. You have to talk about that you are safe in my hands. Let the child understand, I am the best, that no other person will do what I am doing for you. Nobody can take your place in my life. Nobody will love you like your mom. Nobody will love you like your dad. If you don't start the communication early, you cannot speak it when they have grown. They will tell you, now we don't need it. They might not say it verbally, but their actions will be telling you, we don't need it now. It's late. Another way you can build your child's confidence is by telling your child you are special. Let your child understand that he or she is special. Why I'm saying this is, children are not the same. Don't ever compare your child with anyone, not even with his or her siblings. They are made in the image of God differently. They are made in the image of God differently. Don't compare your child with anyone, no matter the situation. There are children that are fast learners. We have slow learners, and also we have average learners. Like I said, if you are a careless mother, if you're a careless father, you will not know where your child falls. You won't know the category your child belongs to. And because you don't know where your child belongs to, you might be pushing your child to be among the fast learners without knowing that your child does not belong to that group. You might be forcing your child to be among the average learners without knowing that your child does not belong to that group. Know who your child is. Every child is special. And once you find out the category that your child belongs to, it will help you to build your child's confidence. Let's assume your child is among the slow learners. I understand as a mother it's not easy. I understand. I know how you feel. Some people will say, I have put a lot of effort. I have put all I know how to do. But this child, he cannot learn. This child, she cannot learn. You have already used your mouth to conclude their child cannot learn. Then how do you expect miracle? You have used your mouth to condemn your child. Said, this child, hey, I have done all I could. This one, forget him. You have already written your child off with your mouth. And how are you expecting a miracle to happen? Please, your child is a special child. If your child belongs to the group of slow learners, meaning he needs a lot of time, he needs your patience. That patience, he might not get it from outside. You might not get it from the teacher because the teacher is not really only working on your child. It's a group. She has other children or he has other children to take care of. It's not only your child. You're not paying him or her special money. And even if you are doing, there is a kind of stage that it will get to that the teacher might even fed up and tell you, use one excuse or the other, say, I cannot continue, please. You can look for another person. But it's you that will bring your child to that level. You as a mother, you as the father, you are the one that will encourage your child. I said, I know you're a special child. You pray with your child. You tell the child it will get better. And then tell yourself, I know sometimes it's not easy. And it's not the fault of the child too. But believe me, if you are consistent in working on this child performance will amaze you. I'm telling you from experience. If you have patience with this child and you are consistent on working on this child will amaze you with his or her performance. If you don't have patience as a mother that carried the child for 9 months, how do you expect another person to do the miracle for you? That is the question I was asking myself that time. I said, if I cannot do it for my child, who will do it for me? Nobody. Because if I am waiting for someone, the person might lose interest or might not really have that patience. If I can have patience for 9 months to bring the child forth, why won't I have patience to teach my child? Why won't I have patience to wait for my child to get better? The child needs your time. Consistency. Consistency. As you're consistent in helping the child, learning, even if it's 10 minutes every day, believe me, within 6 months, you will see a lot of changes. So find out where your child belongs to so that you will not be using your negative words to bring this child down the more. If your child belongs to the group of slow learners, he needs a lot of verbal motivation. He needs a lot of verbal reward. He needs physical reward. You will bring a lot of things. You find out the things that child likes. You find out what the child's interest is. And you make a lot of promises. And the promises, make the promises you fulfill. Don't make promises you will not fulfill. Why I'm saying this is, there was a point in time, I think I did this and I couldn't be able to get what I promised that time. So one day, my child now said, Mommy, I told him, I said, don't worry. You see this thing, if you do it, I will. So, Mommy, you promise you will not buy, honestly. The next day, I have to run to go and get that thing for him. If your child is an average learner too, your child can be among the first learners. It's left for you the work. You are the first teacher. That's why sociologists said family is the first agent of socialization. You are the first teacher. Because you're the first person that is going to teach this child ethics. You're the first teacher that will teach this child manners. You're the first teacher that will teach this child you have to greet every morning. You have to greet when you see someone. You have to be respectful. You have to do this. You have to do that. It has to start from home. So what the school does is to kind of remind the children what you have taught them from home. So if you did not teach your child, what are they going to remind the child? I've talked about love. I've talked about motivation. I've talked about your child is special. You have to encourage the child and work on the child. I've talked about giving your child security. You tell your child you can do better. Don't condemn the child. Don't follow others to condemn the child. Don't follow the teacher to condemn the child, because sometimes they come back with a negative report from the school. And as a parent, you have to also understand that such a thing will come up once in a while. So when it comes up, you have to prepare your mind how you are going to work on the child, how you are going to reset the child's mind, how you are going to tell the child, okay, this is how it is supposed to be. Don't mind them. I am your mom. I am really proud of you. Have you ever tell your child, I am proud of you? That is another way to build your child's confidence. I am super proud of you. I trust you. I believe in you. Have you ever tell your children these words? The way your partner used to reaffirm his love to you is the way you are supposed to reaffirm your trust in the life of your children. You are doing perfectly okay. I am your mom. You are doing well. Believe me. Trust me, you are doing well. Don't mind your teacher. You see that mass? I know you will do better. Don't worry. Come, let's do it together. Like I said before, if you don't have the capacity to teach your child, this app is here. Thank God for even YouTube. You have a lot of things. So whatever you need, you search, you get what you want. You go to the app, you log into the topic, they taught them, you bring it. You will see it there. As the child is doing the exercise, the child is now mastering the work. The child is now mastering the subject. The child is now mastering the topic. Tell your child, I believe in you. If no other person believe in you, I'm your mom. I'm there for you. I know you. Don't mind them. You just rub the shoulder. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. I trust you, my dear. Don't mind them. My doctor, I trust you. My teacher, I trust you. Just name them, give them. My president, I trust you. My engineer, don't mind your teacher. You know you are going to be my engineer. You will see the smile on the face of the child. The child needs this confidence from you. He needs this praise from you. That mom will tell me that I can do better. I am not the kind of person that my teacher is telling me or my friends. You know, the children also can pull other children down. They can yap them and tell them a lot of negative things out there. What is your duty? That is why I said you have to have a constant communication with your child. Know what they are feeding your child with. Know what they are feeding your child with. Because if you don't have communication with the child, and you will be, you will be thinking that all is well, without knowing that the child is passing through emotional trauma. And he cannot express it because you have not given him room. He didn't know that my mom can listen to me. You have not let him to understand that I will give you a listening ear. You have not created the atmosphere. And that is why it looks as if you are seeing a lot of children taking their lives. A lot of children taking a lot of negative things that is not being had before. We, their parents, are so carried away with what I can't even sometimes explain. We are too busy for our children. We are too busy for them. Tell your child, I am the one that gave birth to you, and I know this is how it's going to be. Reaffirm the confidence in them, the strength, give them the strength, give them the vibes, give them the energy to run. Out of anger, don't shout down on them. Even when you are being provoked, please try to work on your temperament. Calm down, and when you have now calmed down, you can now go to them and express your feelings. I say, no, it's not as if I hate you. The words I was telling you is, I'm telling you because I love you. I'm your mom. I'm the only person that can tell you this. No other person will tell you the way I am saying it. So that the child will understand that you are correcting me in love and not in anger, not out of hatred, and not because you prefer my sibling to me, or not because this person is doing this. No. Create an avenue for discussion. Create an avenue for communication. Make it weekly. If it's, I know daily basis is very difficult. At least during the weekend, try to have a kind of a communication time with them, even if it's 1 hour. Once people have finished taking your breakfast and everything, you call everybody around. Oh, come, let's just come. If it depends on how you want to do it, whether you are going to do it privately or in a group discussion, you ask them, how was the week? What happened? Come and tell me. Oh, my dear, what happened? Then those areas you discover that throughout the week, you go through their books, the topics they did not do well, come back to these apps and see how you are going to help them help them with the app. Make it a weekly checkup. Check on them weekly. Talk to them. Let them understand you are there for them. You are not a lion in the house. Neither are you a lioness. You're not going to devour them. You're not going to harm them because you did not harm them when they were in your womb. So it's not now you're going to harm them. But whatever you are doing, let them understand is act of love. If you don't communicate, the impression they are having is, I am hated. They don't love me. They don't want me. And because they don't love me, so let me go. Because they don't want love me, let me do this. Most of them do the negative things because they believe their parents doesn't love them. Their parents refuse to reason with them. Their parents did not see them down. And you'll be wondering, upon all the things I have done for this child, and still the child is ungrateful. The child is not ungrateful. It's because you did not give the child an attention that the child is looking for. It's not that big phone that child is looking for. It's not that expensive clothes. It's not that expensive party. The child needs your attention. He needs your recommendation. He needs your praise. The child needs your love. Please sit down and work on your child. No other person will do it for you. No other child will love your child more than you do. Stop forming busy. Stop being too busy. Build your child's confidence back. Be the best friend that they will have. Be the first friend that they will have. That if anything happening outside, they will run back home and complain to you. Don't be a tiger in your house or a tigress. Don't be that. Do you really want to build your children's confidence? You see these things I have said in this video. Please take them serious. Appreciate them always. Tell them I love you. Don't allow them to hear it from outside. The words that come from outside is distraction and destruction. The love that comes from outside is distraction and destruction. But agape love comes from home. You have to explain to them. You have to sit them down. If you don't, they will not understand. Motivate them by buying gifts. Anything you promise them, make sure you fulfill it. Little things. Don't come and tell the child, are you not seeing your sister? Are you not seeing your brother? Are you not seeing this one? Are you not seeing that one? As you're mentioning those names, it's irritating them. They might not really tell you. It pisses them off and it makes them to feel inferior. So when they see their siblings or when they see their friends, they begin to feel bad. Then that means their esteem begins to drop. And you will know that you're the one that have pushed your child to a low esteem. If he grows, he will not be a happy adult. He will not also be a happy parent. Please, build your child's confidence back. Be a friend to your child. Be a mother to your child. Be a sister to your child. Be a father to your child. Be deliberate. Be a brother to your child. Be deliberate in your parenting. Don't be a careless parent. Don't be a careless mother. Don't be a careless father. A lot of things that is happening down there, both in Africa, there is child negligence. And then we'll be calling the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil that did this. It's you. There is no devil that did anything. It's out of child negligence. You want nanny to train your child for you. You want herself to train your child for you. You want your relatives to train your child for you. If you're not ready for parenting, please don't bring them to the world. A lot of children that passed away this year is because of child negligence. We are here taking it for this, we tag this. No, we are too careless. To be frank with you, I have to call a spade a spade. We are careless. Most parents are very careless. Training a child is not a matter of dropping money or sending him in a good boarding school. It's not training. That child wants to stay with you and then you are pushing the child away. That's why when most of them grow, they grow up as a bitter adult. They are bitter because they did not receive love from their parents. What will they give? They cannot give what they don't have. Nobody showed them love when they were small. So how do you expect them to show love to another person? That's why we are also having problems in the society today. It's careless parenting. Please, I am pleading with you again. Don't be a careless mother. Don't be a careless father. I believe I have made sense in this video today. Love your child. Appreciate your child. Encourage your child. Strengthen your child. Work on your child. Develop your child. Run along with your child. Sometimes play along with them. Put yourself to be in the same shoe with them. Don't always be doing the boss for them in the house. Work on your child's confidence. If your child is losing confidence, it's not too late. You can start all these steps I have narrated here. Believe me, you are going to see a lot of positive change in your child. Thank you for giving me audience. Please, in case you have not joined this amazing family, don't forget to click on the notification bell so that whenever we upload such a video, you will be the first to receive notification. Whenever we go live, you will also receive notification. Don't forget to like, drop your own comments. Yes, it's very important. Your opinion matters. Share, like, and comment. Thank you once again. I appreciate you for your time. I love you guys. From my side, I said bye.